Hello everyone, Yensid Organist here, and welcome to another episode of OrgelCraft. Hope you guys are having a great day today. The Enderman farm is gone. I hope you liked the opening. Maybe you were horrified by it. Maybe some of you have seen the episode where we built that Enderman farm and all of the challenges that it posed back in the early days of OrgelCraft. But I kind of have figured all along that it was not going to stay, and so I thought about possibly trying to put some kind of build around it. The problem is it was built at Y1, and so I wouldn't be able to put anything underneath it. And there's all kinds of other challenges that came with that. And so I decided that it was time for it to go. And Mumbo was right. It does feel really good to blow up something you made previously. It was a lot of hard work. I was very proud of that build. At the time, it was definitely pushing me way out of my comfort zone. But, yeah, I've grown. I've learned. I'm much more confident in myself now, and yeah, it's time because, well, the title has probably given this away. But today we are building a new Enderman farm, and we are relocating it inside the Star Destroyer. Yup, I am that crazy. There's a lot of space behind me. I've been doing a little bit of prep work. This is going to be the location of our new Enderman farm. So what you see here is this green circle up here is going to be our spawning platform. It is 31 blocks across. It's probably a little smaller than it should be. Most of the farms I have been looking at, their spawning platform is 31 by 31 square. But because of the limitations of the area and what I want to do with this, because this isn't just going to be a farm, it's going to be a build, and it's going to be functional to the Star Destroyer, sort of. Yeah, so I've decided to make it a circle. I'm sure that it will be enough for my needs in this world. This blue ring that we have down here, this is the area that I need to keep clear so that Enderman cannot teleport away from the farm. It's 32 blocks from the edge of this ring to the edge of the blue ring. The yellow line that you see here is 43 blocks that the Endermen need to fall so that they can be a one-hit kill. And then this magenta line that we have down here at the bottom is the height that it needs to be from the floor so that they can't teleport down. I don't think that's going to be an issue. And then we have at least 50 blocks above the spawning platform, so I'm not worried about that being an issue. But as I was thinking about, things that we're going to need to go inside our Star Destroyer, I really wanted to... I kind of got the idea in my head. I was like, there might be enough space for an Enderman farm in here. And lo and behold, there is. So this is what we are going to be working on. Now, the farm itself, pretty easy to build, and I'm not really going to walk through doing any of that. You've seen it in plenty of other videos. There are plenty of tutorials out there that explain how to do this. Enderman farms are really fairly simple. They're really simple when you don't have to build them over the void. And yes, spawning rates are going to be hurt a little bit by the height, but I don't think it's going to be enough, and there's not going to be any other spawnable spaces in the build, so I think it'll be fine. And then, as I said, this was going to be sort of functional. So this is going to be our reactor. I think I talked when I made these farms over here that I kind of had the idea. Think of like in A New Hope, where Obi-Wan goes out to disable the tractor beam on the Death Star, and there's a big tube that has like the little platform in the middle. Well, that is essentially what we are doing here, and this is going to be what is basically the main reactor that is powering the engines of the Star Destroyer and running all the systems and all of that. And obviously, it's a big ship. You're going to need to generate a lot of power. So that is what we are going. Now, I don't know if we'll get the build finished this week. I haven't even gotten to designing it yet. And the diameter of the blue circle, 95 blocks. So this is a huge area. This is... I think this is equivalent to the perimeter of Elsa's ice castle that we built in the Nether last season. I think that was like 101 blocks around. Now, the nice thing about this is I don't need to build it 3 thick like I did for that build. But yeah, so I need to get some materials together, and then I'm going to get the farm built. I will bring you guys back when that is finished. Welcome back, everyone. So I did a little more than just the farm, because it turns out my research that I did on the area that an Enderman can teleport was just a little bit off. So I thought that the area that they could spawn to was a sphere, and so I calculated a 32 radius sphere from the center of the platform, and as you can see, it just barely dips down to this level, so I thought I was all good. So I built the farm, I started testing the farm, and they were teleporting all over the place. All within kind of the circle that you see here. And so I realized it would be pointless to show you anything until I actually had the farm in a workable space. So I had to come through and create a platform and then double carpet the entire thing. Plus, I had to go through and fill in all of the area to make sure that there was nothing bigger than a 2.5 block gap so that they couldn't teleport below it. Because, yeah, they can teleport 32 blocks in any direction, but that's not in a circle. That's 32 out, 32 down. So, yeah, so if you're ever building an Enderman farm not in the void, good things to know. But if we turn all of this off and head down here, and this platform is not done yet. This is just the temporary little area, but you will see our Enderman coming in here, and all we got to do is walk up and take a swing, and that is the end of our Enderman, and they spawn in here pretty fast, so yeah, we get good rates. And then if I don't want them, we can just open the floor up, and they all drop through. Now, I do have plans for the area down there, so that, you know, we can dispose of all of the ender pearls, because I really don't need ender pearls, and, you know, and if I want them, all I have to do is wait about 10 seconds, come in here, swing away, and then we have plenty of them right here. Now, I also need to do, I need to figure something out so that I can turn this farm on and off from down below, because obviously coming up here to turn on these redstone lamps, not efficient at all. So, yeah, so that is, oh, that was almost bad. Yeah, so there is the Enderman farm done, and the floor of what is going to be our reactor all designed. Yeah, so the next thing that needs to get done is we actually need to build up the entire chamber. I have been doing some designing in creative, and I think I have a nice little design now. I just need, oh, I don't know, probably about 40 shulker boxes worth. No, not quite that many, but maybe around 20 shulker boxes worth of resources in order to be able to build this farm. So I'm going to go get those collected, and then I will bring you guys back, and I will show you the start of the design that I have been working on. Welcome back, everyone. Project resources have been acquired. Didn't take too terribly long to gather all of them, fortunately, because this is going to be a massive building project. I have gone through and provided a base layer here on the outside to kind of run everything from. So let's go together, and I'm just gonna show you the plan for a quarter of this. So we're gonna start, this will be concrete. I'm gonna do this with powder for right now just because it's easier than converting. But then we're going to go to cyan terracotta, couple of walls, and then cyan terracotta. Here, we're going to do that as well. But back here, we're going to do what is this? The verdant frog light with iron bars in front. And then here, we're going to do walls again. And then for this too, I'm going to do 2 pillars of polished basalt, like that. And then here, once again, we're going to come back. Cyan is the main one that we're going with. And then for this layer, this is going to alternate between, whoops, not that. I don't have any tools on my hotbar. There we go. But yeah, so this will go back and forth between those two, and then we will have iron bars up the middle. And I forgot I was going to do this too tall. So we'll go back and make that adjustment real quick. There we go. And then for right here, this will be polished basalt again. And then we go back to cyan for 1 and 2. And then we have the thing that I'm going to regret doing. So I believe it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And do a little bit of the gray glazed terracotta. And I think that will look good. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3 with the cyan, polished basalt here and here. And then we're going to do cyan, frog light. And then this will wrap around. And obviously I can't put it here because of the carpet that I have for the spawning. Not going to be too fussed about that. And so then we are just going to reverse the pattern going back. So we have 1, 2, 3, and then of course we do our glazed which shouldn't be too bad to put up. At least I hope that it will not be too bad to do. I'm thinking that I will basically just pillar those, and that should make it a fairly easy process. Now the only problem here, this is the one. This is the terracotta frog light alternation. I'm pretty sure that if I pop that out, that's going to be, oh yeah, that's absolutely structural. So again, we're not going to worry about it. And then we've got polished basalt. And then this will be our deep slate walls. This will be a frog light stack with, wait, I made a mistake. This is not iron bars. This is actually gray stained glass. So that's going to go there. And there. And then this one will be the iron bars. And then we're back to walls. And red concrete. And we start the pattern all over again. So that is the plan of action for this. I don't know if I'm going to time-lapse this or not. I don't know how well it's going to work as a time-lapse, just because I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to build it. I don't know if I'm going to build it in rings. I'm probably going to build it in rings, but some things are not going to work well. So, like the specifically placed glazed terracotta. So, not entirely sure what my plan of action is going to be. So, yeah, so I'm going to get to work, and we'll see just how far we get. Welcome back, everyone, and it's done. Yep, so I was able to get this done. It actually went faster than I thought it was going to. It's not completely done. I do not have the ceiling in yet because I don't have anywhere near enough concrete for that. But I've got a little bit of a start, as you can see up there. It's basically going to follow the same pattern that we have on the floor. The only difference is I'm sticking lighting behind glass as opposed to doing carpeting, because that obviously won't work up there. But yeah, got a good start on that, but I need more glass, I need more concrete, I need more sea lanterns. This right here, about a shulker box worth of black concrete, so I'm going to need several more. But that is all done, and we have got our little area right there for our Enderman. But what I want to do right now is I want to extend this walkway, and probably going to need to put some torches on here as we go. But I don't want to, it takes 2 rockets just to get to the top of this chamber. So we're going to be entering it from here, and we'll be using black concrete as our flooring. But I can just go ahead and open this up, probably do 3. I'm going to do, it's going to be, 2.5 blocks tall, and I'm kind of thinking that I maybe want to actually not have anything right at the opening, so that when you walk out, you can get a good view of the whole area here. Let's do that. But yeah, haven't quite decided, because obviously, you know, anything that we do is going to have to be, spawn and teleport proof, so we would need to have double carpets on top of things, and I don't mind it, you know, if it's something that you're never going to see. But I also feel like if we put a roof on this, let's just do this for right now, and of course I don't have any slabs. But if we put a roof on that, you're going to come out here, and you're really not going to be able to get a good idea of the scope of this. And obviously, we can't put glass or anything up here because we still have to double carpet it so that the Enderman can't teleport to it, because obviously that, ruins the point of the farm. But what I was kind of thinking was that I might do, because we have a little bit of room to play with, I was thinking that I might have, like, an opening here, and then we would have a ceiling start, I don't know, like here or so. Just so that you can come in and really kind of get a feel for the scale of this place. So then, the other thing that I want to do is, need to put a few more torches down because we got some Endermen here. I really, for the central area, I'd love, because this is like the reactor, I have this idea that I would love to have, beacon beams coming up through here. Now, the problem with that is this block right here is perfectly in line with the front edge of the bridge. And so what I want to check, let's see here. I don't have a lot of fireworks left, but we do have a beacon over here. So I want to go and grab a couple of stair blocks, because I know that a beacon beam will pass through transparent blocks. Let's see here. Do I have any stairs? No, but we'll just convert some of these. So we'll do that. So my question is, if I could get up the ladder here, and we fly over to our beacon. If I were to place a stair like this, do we still have beacon? We do. Okay. And then if I were to place another one like that, yes, it works. Okay. So what I'm kind of thinking is I can actually do this along the front edge of the bridge in stone. It will allow the beacon to pass through, and I also believe if we do this and this, yeah, there's no beacon beam if we have a solid block, but I should be able to make that work. What we would then need to do, of course, is make sure that it's off when I'm outside the chamber. So what I'm basically thinking is we would have like some way to get in here. And did I make it? I made it. And we would have it configured so that, there would be a little, like, chamber in between. And then you would, flick a lever, push a button, do something, so that when this door opened, you would see all the beacon beams activated. But then when we leave, we would turn it off, so that when you're outside of the Star Destroyer, none of the beacon beams are going through. So that is kind of my plan. Now, the other part of this equation is, how many extra beacons do I currently have? 3 and 1 nether star. I need 9. Okay, well, actually, I have a beacon box. Oh, I have 10. Yay! Okay, that makes that a lot easier. Okay, so that is what I want to do as far as the rest of this goes. So I need to go gather a lot of materials, and I need to figure out a design for the walkway and finish the roof. I'm going to get to that. I'll bring you guys back when that is finished. Welcome back, everyone. I may have gotten a little carried away, and the farm and the build is finished. So we've got the ceiling up there, and I've got the walkway coming in. So I have this set up here. The double carpets come out 32, a little more than 32 blocks, just to be on the safe side. But it's back enough so that you can't really see it. You can kind of see it, but not so much. But then you can also come and, look over the edge and get a good feel for the scope of the room. And then we just head down here. I have all of the beacons in place, which is going to make for an interesting challenge when we start working on detailing the bridge, but I think it'll be okay. Down at the bottom there is a lava pit to dispose of all of the extra ender pearls that we're going to get, and then a little bit of decoration in here. And to turn the farm on, we just flip this lever, and the platform comes in, and then eventually our Enderman will drop. It does take a little bit of a time to for them to start coming down, but then once they do, they cannot get out, and you just stand here, swipe away. Occasionally they do take a swing at you, but not too bad. Yeah, and then just whenever you're done, flick the lever, say goodbye to the Enderman, and then you gotta wait for the rest of them to kind of drop through. But that is the farm. So, if we go into free cam mode, it's kind of hard to see with the carpet, but what I've got set up here is, so this lever controls both the lights up at the top and the platform down at the bottom. And what we have set up here, which you really can't see walking in from the beacon beams, but you can transmit redstone vertically through leaf blocks, and so like the observers can detect when there is a log placed, and it senses it through 6 leaf blocks. So basically we have just this little tower up here, and then you get up to the top, and what that does is it sends out a 1-tick pulse, which puts the redstone blocks out at the lamps, which then completely disables the farm. And then, of course, when you flick this lever on, it all goes through, all of the redstone blocks get retracted, the lights go off, and the farm produces the Endermans. So there we go. Goodbye. I still have to work up something so that the beacon beams will be disabled when we're not using the farm, because again, if we pop into free cam and fly all the way up here, yeah, there's beacon beams coming through the Star Destroyer. That's not quite the best look. So yeah, but that's going to be a project for next week. I think my project for next week is going to be kind of an infrastructure project. I want to work on getting some more hallways built, kind of laying out where some other things are going to be, and then just leaving it open to be able to put more things in here in the future. Guys, I think that is going to do it for this episode. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to give it a like and share it with your friends. If you haven't already, I would encourage you to subscribe and make sure you click that little notification bell so you can stay up to date on all my latest posts. Be sure to follow me on social media. Thanks for watching. See you real soon.